me know when you want me to start.
Go ahead and start. Tie the shoe. Slowly. Slowly. Very nice. Very nice. My name is Ayieta Crawford, and I am from Jersey City, but I grew up in Southern PG County. I currently live in Laurel, and I have a retail business called Kilem Kollectibles, where we sell beaded jewelry. The motivation for my business is I like running businesses. I like being in charge of stuff. I like being kind of like the director behind the scenes. I already have a business kind of where I make bath and body products, and so my husband came to me and said, you know what, we should start selling some stuff on Amazon. But making a product and getting it to Amazon is a very tedious type thing, so we looked for some other products, and just randomly we found these beads that sold really well. And in selling those, I noticed that my son and his friends, who are people I really like, wore beads similar to these all the time. So we thought, hey, why don't we, get real serious about specializing in these beads, because we have a target market available to us for it. I try to add some cultural significance to everything that I do. So that comes through in our bracelets. They are pretty much based on African themes. Our last photo shoot was Black Panther inspired, so we kind of put everybody in dashikis and found some scenery that was motherland inspired. So Mother Africa inspires everything that I do in my life, so that's the inspiration for most of our jewelry. As far as a community of people who do things similar to me, not so much with the beads, but I actually have a group of entrepreneurial women that I work with at a pop-up shop that they do. So we have a community there. We can talk to each other about things we've had or ideas we have, issues we have going on, and then we kind of like group sell stuff to people. I think that my products set themselves apart from other products in this kind of range because they're affordable. Many companies that sell beaded products sell them in a price range that prices them out. They're in a price category where our target market, young adults, 20, 25, can't really afford them, but they enjoy wearing them. So I think we separate ourselves by being affordable to that particular target. As far as being a woman entrepreneur, I am, my day job is being the only female manager at a company that's male-centric. I'm an HR director, so it's a position of pretty much high importance there. It's important that women make their presence known because it's so easy for you to be pushed aside in a male-dominated society. So it's important for us to let people know we're here, we're just as smart, we're just as, investing in us is just as profitable as men. So I would say to any female entrepreneurs, if you're concerned about being in a male-dominated industry, don't be. We are breaking down walls. This is probably the best time to be different, to bring another perspective to anything, whether it be retail or movies, film. You see now where diversity is just a really important thing. So I think that people who felt like they were less than, this is the best time ever in the world to just make your light shine. The single most rewarding thing about entrepreneurship is the building of something for your own, something that can not only benefit you, but benefit your family throughout generations. So building a legacy, I think, is the most rewarding thing about entrepreneurship. First and foremost, I am business in my heart. It is my love, and so making money is a huge part of being successful. What I love about this business specifically is that I get to spend time with a group of people who I love, my family, but they are also some of my favorite people outside of them being my bloodline. My son is he's a great dude, man. If he wasn't my son, I would want to be his friend. And even though we're 23 years apart, I still want to hang out with him. And I know that's kind of creepy, but every time we just hanging out and having fun, it's just a great time. Same with my daughter. She's a completely different personality, but she's still an interesting person when you get to know her. It takes a lot to get to know her, but she's a gem in there. And then my son attracts to him that same type of energy. So the group of friends that he has that are models and that we deal with are creative and intelligent and respectful and kind and funny. All of them. Like not one dull apple in the bunch. So it's always a great time. Then when you add my husband, who is just hilarious and old and crotchety, but he's fun, and his group of friends where he then attracts that kind of energy, it's just a great time. I come from a long line of superhero comic book fans. I have to say, even though what I want to say is something different, I'm going to have to keep it real with you. Favorite superhero of all time is Wonder Woman. I wanted to give you African American or African centric, but Wonder Woman was that first superhero where I was like, I can do that. Linda Carter is probably still one of my favorite females on the